YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy back with another one. Before I start the video off, just want to say I appreciate each and every one of y'all, as always, for tuning in, dropping a like, dropping a comment, subscribing. Anything you guys do as far as interacting with the videos, y'all already know that helps me with YouTube and the algorithm and all of that. Y'all already know how that works. So I just want to say I appreciate y'all for that. But nonetheless, we're going to get into this video. Today, this video is going to be about the Glock performance trigger. As y'all can see here, I already got it set up. I already put the Glock trigger together. I did do a separate video on me installing it, like a quick video. I didn't want to post it all in one video because I know YouTube's been a little bit crazy lately with the rules and the instructional videos, and I'm not trying to have my video getting taken down for anything like that. So I did it separately, and this video is going to be basically my first impressions on the trigger, the performance trigger. I swapped it out already, and I literally just put it on today. I just got it in the mail today, and I just put it on. So I haven't even got a chance to shoot it, but just dry firing with it, I could tell you guys right off the back, it's amazing, man. Like, I know a lot of people have been saying that they don't notice a big difference. I've heard some people saying it's not worth it. I've heard some people saying that it's great, and that it's definitely worth the upgrade. So far, I'm loving it. I've only literally dry fired it a couple of times, and I know that sounds like I'm exaggerating, but you already know, as I always state, I'm not paid to say any of this. I'm not sponsored or anything like that. I always make it very clear to you guys, as of right now, I don't have any of that. This is all bought from the muscle. I actually got a good deal on the trigger. Nonetheless, I paid a little bit under MSRP. I'm not going to say how much because I know how YouTube once again is with the prices and everything like that, and saying where you got things from. I'm not trying to advertise any sales. You guys already know there's a million different websites out there that you could buy it from. But I don't want to talk your heads off, trying to make this quick. This is basically, as you can see here, that's the factory trigger. And then I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if you can see the big difference here, but that's the factory trigger right here. And then you got the performance trigger, which I already have it on my 19X right there. And you could tell it's a big noticeable difference. This trigger is a lot fatter than the original trigger. And yeah, it's got similarities, but it's definitely much fatter, as you can see, and it's a little flat. It's fatter. excuse me. And it's right there, as you can see the curve. It's a bit of a, like, more of a flat face style trigger, whereas though like the original Glock trigger is like rounded, like the curve. So I feel like the curve is more defined on here than it is on the performance, and I kind of like that. But I know what you guys are here for. Like I said, I don't want to talk your heads off. We're gonna get right to it. Show you the break on this thing. So see the wall, boom, crisp. Want to do it again. And there you have it. I mean, the video doesn't do any justice. You got to try this thing for yourself. I mean, I'm not really a trigger snob, if that's what you want to call it. I know I've stated that before, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are big on like triggers and things like that. To be honest, I don't really care much for it. Like, I had a Canic, like I told you guys, I had a TP9, and that thing came with a nice trigger right out of the box, like really nice. And from what you guys probably already done research and stuff, I could tell you right now, Canic's got like some of the best triggers on the market. For me, the break was a little bit too sensitive, and that's why I don't mind the OEM Glock trigger. I really just got the performance trigger because I just like the way it looks. I feel like it looks more like something that you would put as far as like an aftermarket trigger. Like, I know they got the Timneys and things like that. I'm not too crazy about real light triggers, but I feel like the break on this one is just right. One of the reasons why I got rid of the Canic, and I know that has nothing to do with the video, but as far as the trigger, yes, I don't want to get too much into that. Part of the reason why I got rid of that one was because of the trigger. It was too light. But I feel like the break on this one is just right. It is definitely noticeable, a noticeable difference from the OEM. I don't know. Look, there's a million videos out there that you guys could watch on this trigger, and that's already been out. I know I'm a little late to the party. I don't like to go for the hype when it first comes out. So I heard about this trigger months ago when it first hit the market, and I wanted to get it right away just to see if there was a big difference on it, or if it was anything like big about upgrading it to it. But I wanted to wait, like I said, because I know when things come out, they always have little issues and stuff like that. And I really didn't want to do that, so I just waited. And I figured, you know what, I haven't really done any upgrades to this gun as far as the Olight. So I figured I'd go ahead and just upgrade the trigger. And so far, like I said, I don't regret it at all. Like I told you, like I'm gonna do it again just so you guys can see. The break on this thing is really nice. It's crisp. There you go. I'm gonna do it one more time, and then we'll show you the reset on it. That's the reset. Boom. There's your wall, and then crisp break. So like I said, I think it's worth it. I mean, like I said, you guys might have a different opinion on it. I mean, I know there's a lot of videos out there that are bashing the trigger, but there's also a few good videos out there that I watched that definitely said some good things about it. Whether good or bad, I'm still gonna try it. If it's in my, if it's already like in my heart to get it, I'm gonna get it. Whether there's good things about it said or bad things about it said, because everybody's opinion differs. You know, you might have different reasons why you want the trigger. Maybe you want to be in a competition, or you just want a lighter trigger, something a little bit more clean. And you guys already know how the original Glock trigger is. If I had another my other Glock, I got rid of my other Glock, I would have showed you guys the difference in one video, the comparison. But I only have this just to show you. But I mean, come on, if you guys shot Glocks, you already know the trigger is a little bit mushy when you go to hit that wall. You get that little mush, that little take up, and then you still got like a little bit of mush after, like when you get into the break. This one doesn't have that. This one eliminates all of that. Once you pull the trigger back, you hit that little wall, and then it's just a crisp break, crisp break. And I like that because it's a little bit easier when you go to shoot it. I think it's gonna be easier when you go to shoot it. And you know, as far as like getting on target and that recoil anticipation, you know, you just got the trigger and everything like going, like when you're going to shoot it, you know, you kind of like, you get that anticipation. I've done it a few times with the original trigger on this. Like I'll go to like focus and go to, you know, pull the trigger, and then I kind of like just drop the gun down, you know, that recoil anticipation, because the trigger just takes a little long to break. I already had gotten used to it, you know, on the original Glock trigger, but now that I got the performance, I know it's going to be a whole nother world when I go to shoot this thing, and notice that I have to get used to that earlier break. But I think it'll definitely be better for you to like get on target, and if that's what you want to practice, like with your gropings and things like that, like that's the things that I want to work on now, like gropings and things like that, and just, you know, just staying on target. So I think with this trigger, it'll definitely be worth it. It doesn't take long to install it. I mean, like I said, this is all you really need right here, and you're good to go. But yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about the trigger so far. I mean, like I said, I literally only had this thing for a few hours, and I'm really impressed with it. Like I said, I didn't expect for the break to be that crisp, because the way a lot of guys were talking about it, you know, they're just like saying that, you know, it's not a big difference. Like I said, some people said that the upgrade wasn't even worth it. In my opinion, it was worth every penny. And for the price of this thing, you can't beat it compared to these $200 or $300 triggers. You know, I'm not too crazy about that. Like I said, I'm not a trigger snob. I know there's a lot of guys out there that shoot different guns, you know, HKs and CZs and things like that. So for them, you know, a regular Glock trigger, and then you get the performance trigger, you're probably not going to notice a big difference if you're used to shooting those $1,000 guns with, you know, better triggers. Obviously, you're going to get a better trigger on that. But if you don't want to break the bank, I feel like the Glock performance trigger is the best thing to go for, because you're still getting somewhat of an aftermarket trigger, but with that OEM Glock guarantee. And like I said, they didn't go wrong with it. I mean, it's very similar to the OEM, but it's just better as far as the break and the reset. It's like night and day. Like I said, for someone like me that's not crazy about triggers, I just wanted to try it out for myself, and this would satisfy me. I would never change the trigger. As far as right now, that's my decision, like what I'm going with. I don't see myself ever having to change this trigger. As long as it stays good and I don't have any malfunctions, which I highly doubt I'll have any malfunctions with this thing, because I know it's Glock, and Glock's known for just being reliable. You know, I'll be good with it. Like I said, you guys might differ, because you might be used to shooting more expensive guns with more expensive triggers on them. A lot of people, like I said, like the aftermarket triggers. I have nothing against them. I think they're amazing, but me personally, I just don't see myself spending that much money on a trigger. When they have something out now like this that's still OEM, you're still getting that same OEM, Glock feeling with just a crispier break and a reset, and you're not breaking the bank. Like I said, I already had my mindset on it for a while now, so it was just took the time for me to go ahead and order it and get it here so I could review it. Like I said, you guys probably seen a million videos already by now if you're watching this, so if you're taking the time to watch my video, I do appreciate it, because I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion. If you watch all my other videos, you already know I don't BS. I give you an honest opinion. If it's crap, it's crap. If it works, it works. Everything is from the muscle. I'm not paid to say anything, so you guys are always going to get 100% authentic reviews from me, or advice of whatever it is. It's always going to be 100% to my knowledge. If it's not good, then you'll hear it here. So yeah, like, do I think it's a go? Definitely. If you're thinking about getting a Glock trigger, you don't want to break the bank for a $200-300 trigger job, I would say definitely go for this. Don't believe all the reviews out there that are bashing it. Like I said, not all the reviews are bad. I've seen some good, I've seen some bad, but I feel like I've seen definitely more bad than good reviews. Just people just saying it's not a big step up, or it's not a upgrade that's worth it. I mean, in my opinion, for the price of this thing, like I said, you're not going to beat it. I think it's a great upgrade. I think it's worth it. Don't listen to the hype. Don't fall for any of the other gimmicks. I'm sure are there better triggers out there? Yes. But if you're looking for something that's just simple, a nice little upgrade, OEM, and it's just going to give you a crispier break and, just a little bit more reliability when it comes to shooting and things like that, I would say go for the Glock Performance trigger. And that's pretty much it, man. By now you guys are already tuned in, so I don't want to keep you guys going. I said what I had to say. Like I said, really simple install, and that's pretty much it. Like I said, you can't go wrong with this thing, man. Very simple install. Literally, you can get this thing on in under 5 minutes with just one tool. So if you're worried about that, you could literally do this at home on your own. And yes, I'm going to do some videos with it soon. Once I get some time to go out to the range, I'll show you guys a video of me shooting it and do a quick review on that. This is just my first impressions, and yeah, so far for me, it's a go. And like I said, if you're thinking about getting this thing, don't think any further. If you watch this video, go out and get you one. You will not regret it. All right, so I'm going to end the video here. I know I've talked you guys' heads off already by now, and I know you probably don't even care, but this the box that it came in. That's what it looks like. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here, guys. I appreciate y'all, and like I said, man, continue tuning in, dropping a like, comments, subscribing, all of that. Any interactions with the video, like I said, man, it helps me a lot, so I do appreciate it. And I'm gonna end the video here, and until next time, I'm gonna catch y'all later on.